helps med spas go from quiet to booked out without relying on a bunch of cheap discounts. So if you want to raise your prices and attract more high-end clientele that can afford your bundles, afford your treatment plans, and afford your packages, but you don't have an extra $400K just sitting around, let me show you how to give off that high-end aesthetic energy without blowing your budget. Now, if you don't hear anything else that I tell you in today's video, I need you to understand this. Clients no longer just pay for treatments. They're not just paying for Botox, just paying for laser, just paying for filler. Instead, they are paying for the experience, how you make them feel, how your space makes them feel. Yes, if you want to attract the types of clients who will spend money on a laser package and will spend money on anything that you suggest, then you have to be intentional about every single detail. Now, I have been called picky. If you are new here, I'm Cheri. I own a concierge marketing company, Cheri Cobb Creative, and we work to help med spa owners and aesthetic clinic owners use creative marketing strategies to book more high-end clients. In my time, working with a few clients, especially when they first start working with me, they will say that I am very picky. I really wouldn't call it picky. I would call it more of selective. I would call it more of being on the other end of the phone call when I used to work in medical offices, and I just know what clients look for and the types of clients that you want to attract, that you want to field and build your schedules with. You have to be intentional about how you show up online, your branding, your marketing, and most importantly, your office space. So that's what we're getting in today. And if you find this video helpful, consider subscribing to my channel, give me a thumbs up, ask a question in the comment section, because what that does is it signals to the YouTube robots that, hey, this video is helpful, so that in return, it will show it to more aesthetic professionals and med spa owners just like you. Now let's get into the video. When it comes to high-end clients, the ones that book full packages, refer their friends, and don't flinch at your pricing, it's not about what treatments you offer. It's about how your entire brand makes them feel at every moment. And I'm talking about from when they explore you and first discover you online to when the account is at zero. They're done with the treatment, they've paid their balance, and at this point they're just on some sort of recall list until it's time for them to come back in. That is the full client experience, and that matters heavily because that determines if they will refer you to their friends and family, or if they will even come back. Something about the clients that are paying for the experience, y'all. They notice every single detail, from the way your front desk smells to the scrubs that your staff wears, the music playing in the background. Y'all, I'm telling you, patience, pay attention to stuff like this. And let me tell you how I know, because I am patience. I am that person. When I go into an office, and I've always been like this. This is before I even started my marketing company, but even back then when I was working in doctors' offices, I always had a different perspective, because again, back to that picky word, I'm not picky, but I'm selective, and I pay attention to the details, because when you see that people are intentional about their business, it makes us as the patient feel like they are intentional about our care. If your patients notice that you are intentional about your space, and we'll talk about this stuff later, they will feel that you're intentional about their care and intentional about their outcome and their results. At the end of the day, if you have premium pricing for your med spa treatments, then your space, your energy, the way you show up online, it has to match that, or you lose trust immediately. I honestly want people to think, oh my God, I feel so taken care of here, or I would feel so taken care of here, before they even hit the treatment chair, before they even, decide, hey, I want to book an appointment. Go ahead and build and gain that trust first, because it changes the entire dynamics and the morale of you and the client when they finally do decide to come in. So now that we're on the same page and you understand why the details matter, you understand why I'm so picky and why I'm so selective when it comes to, you know, helping you show up online, let me share 6 budget-friendly ways that you can upgrade your space and give off that high-end energy, again, without breaking the bank. First and foremost, let's all dress the part. Why is everybody showing up to work wearing what they want to wear? Why is everybody showing up to work wearing crop tops? Yes, y'all, I have seen an office where the front desk receptionist came in with the crop top. This office was just a little different. I kind of called it the Wild Wild West. They didn't have an office manager, so the girls just did whatever they wanted to do. Matching scrubs, all black scrubs, might I add, equals instant professionalism. And like my grandma used to tell me back in the day, people treat you how you show up. I tell my son this honestly, like when he wants to walk out the house with his pants sagging halfway down his butt, I'm like, is that the image you want to portray to people? Is that what you want to give off to people? Because then when they start treating you a certain way, then you'll see why. But y'all, let's not go down the parenting hole right now. Invest in your team. Make sure everybody is wearing the same thing. And a bonus tip, if you want to get your logo embroidered into the scrubs, then obviously that just steps up your level of professionalism, and it's also great for brand recognition, and it just looks good on social media. And if I didn't add, black is very slimming. We all know I wear a lot of black, not because I want to look slim. I just wear it because it matches my brand colors, but we all know that it makes us look slim. So I think that's just a cherry on top. What about you? Number 2, branded touch points. Think about when you go to a Marriott hotel, and yes, I'm gonna say Marriott because y'all know that I love Marriott hotels, and particularly because of reasons like this. Think about when you check into a Marriott hotel. They have branded pins, branded tablets. They give us Marriott reward members. We get water bottles with the Marriott logos on them. That is high-end energy. Do you have any pins at your front desk with your logo on them? Action takers are money makers. Remember that the gold is in the implementation, not the information. So actually go do these types of things. Put little trinkets in your front office that people can take with them. This is another thing that's great for brand recognition. It looks good on social media because of course people who support you, they're gonna go post it, they're gonna tag it, you're gonna share it with your followers, their followers will see it, more eyes on your brand, which usually results to more bookings. And not that it just looks cool on social media, because I never want y'all to think that that's what it's all about. I mean, yes, it's a cherry on top, but what's most important is when they see that pen laying around or they see that tablet laying around, then they immediately think of you. So branded materials, branded paraphernalia. Did y'all even know that that's what paraphernalia meant? Because when I first heard that word, branded paraphernalia, y'all know where my mind went, and it wasn't here. Branded materials are perfect to have around your office. And again, think about Chanel. Chanel, you know what? I'm about to show y'all. I actually feel like this was worth getting up, right? So I went to Chanel one day in Atlanta, and this is what they gave me. I don't know if y'all can see this. I hope you can. I don't know. I can't tell if it's focusing. The camera is so far away. Maybe I might like film it separately and insert it. I keep this in my bathroom, and I'm constantly thinking about Chanel. So when I went to Ulta Beauty yesterday, guess what, y'all? I brought a bottle of Chanel perfume that I even needed. No, but it's honestly, it was just because this was sitting in my bathroom, and it was because it was purple, the bottle, and purple is my favorite color. You see how that works? So get branded materials. Keep them in your lobby and encourage people to share it on social media just to kind of keep the exposure going. Ditch the blue exam gloves. I'm so serious. Go snatch them all out of your closet right now. I don't care if you just got a new shipment in. Go throw them all in the trash. Blue gloves gives very much so exam vibes, and it changes the mindset of the patient that's actually there. Black, okay, black. It's visually appealing, it looks better on camera, and it just screams luxury, and it would make one think that you have a luxury space, a high-end space, which y'all, it gets people to spend more money because perception is everything. I know y'all think I'm crazy, but I'm telling y'all the truth. It just looks good on video. It looks good on your Instagram feed. A lot of you guys care about your feed, which I honestly care about it too, because I do think that aesthetics matters in aesthetics. You will have some people who will argue that, and they say things like, oh, it doesn't matter, you could just blah blah blah. No, it does. It does matter. The details matter when you are trying to attract high-end clients. These clients are on like their different caliber of people, if you will, and you have to be intentional with everything. Y'all are gonna hear, I want you to count how many times I have said intentional already and put it in the comments. And I also want you to let me know, out of all of the tips that I just gave you, well, 3, I think I gave you 3. Are you trying them already? Or just tell me maybe like, what is your favorite way to kind of keep your med spa space high end that's not on this list? Put it in the comments, and then you can just help someone else. You never know. People read the comments, y'all. Guys, it is Editing Cheri here, and I left out something that is so important. We did put it in the blog post. We linked this article in the blog post if you want to go read it more in detail, but there is a very great article on MailChimp, and it talks about color psychology. It's kind of for marketers, but obviously I just recommend you go read it just so you can have this knowledge in your head, and you can know that I'm not just on here being picky or just telling y'all some shit just to tell it to you. But I want to read this here particularly. It says, look around at any strip mall and you'll spot something interesting. And I didn't know this, and I'm gonna tell y'all the mistake that I made as it relates to this. Okay, it says you'll spot something interesting. Fast food chains almost always use red and yellow. McDonald's, Carl's Jr., In-N-Out Burger, they all share the same like color palette. Now, if you go into any like luxury store, like we were talking about Chanel earlier, or even like Marriott or Louis Vuitton, you're gonna see certain colors, usually like black and gold and white. And it says these colors are not just like randomly selected, they're intentional. Fast food spots pick up bright colors. They quickly catch your eye and make you hungrier. But fancy stores stick to black and gold because these colors make their products feel more luxury and more exclusive. A lot of you may not know this. Some of you may remember. If you are my day ones, you might remember. Take a drink. I used to use yellow, like this mustard yellow in my branding colors, until I learned more about color psychology and how the colors in our brand, they shape one's perception. They shape how they view your business, they view your brand, which ultimately shapes and shifts buying decisions. Go check out this article, and I will link it in the description box below. Number 4, what is your signature scent? Do you have a signature scent in your office? Do you have or maybe you switch up your signature scent. Maybe it's this scent 1 month or this scent 1 week, and then you change it. But there should be some sort of signature scent in your office. Again, remember, this goes back to people remembering how you made them feel. They will remember that smell that they come into your office and they walk into, especially if it's a pleasant smell, and they're like, oh, now they're questioning you. Where'd you get that from? So we have a client. She keeps these branded candles in her front office. She actually gave the candles a name. And when her patients, even while I was there, when the patients would walk in the office, that would be the first thing that they would compliment, was the smell in their office. And then that immediately puts their mindset in comfort mode, and then they begin to feel more confident about their spending decisions. And yes, it's little things, little perks like that, y'all, that really, it's like a domino effect. So get a signature scent, go buy a candle, get creative, partner with some sort of local candle making company in your area. Get a branded candle for your office, and then sell them. If people come in and they compliment, that shows a demand, and you can clearly sell them. And hey, we all want to make a little more money, right? Don't say I never told you anything. Clean up your space. Now, I know some of you are so much in the weeds, or maybe you don't really have a full team to take on these responsibilities, but you can't ask clients to spend $2K, $3K, $4K, $700 in the back office or like behind the desk. Is junky. Hide your cords, wipe stuff down. Don't let patient information show. We don't need to see your pricing. And again, all this stuff matters. When I go into the office, I observe that real quick, because this will have a trickle down effect on your conversions, believe it or not. And then it's gonna look like we ain't doing what we supposed to do, and no. We will not get that blame. So take a few moments, go look at your front desk, put it on your calendar to check your front desk once a week, once a month. Delegate the responsibility to somebody else and have them check and just look and say, if I were a patient coming here for services, is this a place that I would trust with my care? Are they being intentional about their space and how their space looks? Because if they are intentional with how their space looks, they're going to be intentional with how my face looks. These are the overthinkers. Like, there's a lot of us in the world, and we pay attention to everything, every single detail. Do you have a playlist? What is on your playlist? Are we playing elevator music? Are we playing leave you on hold for 3 hours, Verizon? Are we playing that type of music? First impressions matter. And again, this is something that sets the tone before the patient even says hello to the front desk receptionist. So in most cases, they walk into your office, they hear the music first, and if it's their vibe, they're gonna immediately be nice to the front desk person. They should already be nice, let's be honest. They're not going to get wisdom teeth extracted or going to have a surgery or x-ray, and they're coming there because they choose to. So in most cases, you already have happy clients, but you want to, again, make sure the client experience is elevated to its highest capacity, whatever that looks like for you. But these small touches here, these can help you get started. So we don't want to hear elevator music. We don't want to hear piano music, okay? Let's not be too out there. We don't need to be hearing a bunch of like, oh, shoot your mama up, you know, popping this drug and popping this pill. Okay, no. Let's save that for 5 o'clock once you get in the car and you go home. Have something that sets the tone so your patients can immediately feel comfortable. They can immediately relate. They can immediately vibe the second they walk into the office. So look, you don't need a full rebrand to show up as a high-end aesthetics clinic or a high-end med spa. You just need to be intentional about every single step, every single thing. And I know you're in the weeds. I know you're busy. You have a lot on your plate, but sometimes just step back and look at your space and ask yourself, if you were a potential client, would this be your favorite med spa? Is this a place that you feel comfortable bragging to your friends about? Ask yourself that. This is something that you should routinely ask yourself, because if the answer is no, you can't expect outsiders to have a different answer. They're going to feel the exact same way that you do. Consistency and intentionality, y'all, it matters more than you think. Patients are watching. They are paying attention to every little detail. To be honest with you, they are looking for more ways to pick apart your business than glorify it. So do not give them a reason. Always think high-end energy. Make sure the experience that your clients are going through is matching the experience that you're trying to portray or that you are portraying. And if you need help with aligning your online presence and your marketing and everything else with the clients that you are looking to attract, okay, because sometimes it can be hard to mesh the two. If you need help with that process, then I recommend you start by booking a discovery call. You and I can talk. I can learn a little bit more about your goals, the types of clients you want to serve, and we can talk about everything that you need to do to get there. If this video was helpful, start off by subscribing to the channel. Ask any question that you want in the comment section. Thumbs up up if you found this video helpful. And while you wait on the next video, be sure to watch this video where I teach you exactly how to identify the numbers that help move the needle for your med spa. Not followers, not likes, but the numbers that actually lead to true business growth. Bye-bye for now.